strangle him because, you know, some of the some of his associates, I still want to strangle them.
Right, so you feel like Puffy, he should be paying consequences for Biggie's murder.
I think that lining that kid up there, out there, yeah, he should be paying some consequences for it.
And me knowing Puff, I know he did it on purpose. I think Puff sacrificed him, man. I know it sounds far-fetched. I was one of the people that didn't believe he did his account.
Okay, so y'all grab a seat for this one because it looks like Diddy might be in way deeper trouble than anyone thought. So word on the street is that Biggie's late mama, Valletta Wallace, was working on a tell-all book before she passed. And y'all, she had a lot to tell. Industry insiders say her family recently uncovered her old diary and some unfinished chapters from that book. And y'all, it's full of shocking details from her private investigation into Biggie's death. Allegedly, Miss Valletta didn't just suspect the cover-up in the investigation into Biggie's death. She discovered through her investigations that Diddy was behind it all and kept receipts that tied Diddy to the crime at her home. Industry insiders are saying the receipts and content of the book are currently with her siblings, and y'all, the moment this book gets released, it's gonna shake the industry to its core. For context, the death of Biggie still stands as one of the biggest mysteries in both Hollywood and across America. To this day, no one has ever been officially charged, and the case remains cold. But one name that continues to pop up in conversations, especially among people who were there that night, is Amir Muhammad. Some of Biggie's close associates believed Amir was the one who pulled the trigger. According to official reports, Amir matched the exact description of the shooter seen that night. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, claims he saw Amir just before the shooting went down and is convinced he was the one who did it. Why? Because the shooter was described as a man in a blue suit, white shirt, and a blue bow tie. Exactly what Amir was reportedly wearing that night.
They got pictures of Mir Muhammad at that thing. Why was he there? Why was he there? In a blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie. Why did he walk up to me and Puff's car? Do you understand me? Why 5 to 8 to 10 minutes later, Lil C see a guy in a blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie, peanut head, shoot big. I know who walked up to us, brother. You understand me?
While no one's ever been officially convicted, one of the most talked about theories is that Biggie's murder was tied to the infamous East Coast versus West Coast rap beef. That same feud had already claimed Tupac Shakur's life. And when Biggie was shot just 6 months later, a lot of people believed it was a revenge hit for Tupac's death. Okay, y'all, hold up, because just when we thought the investigation into Biggie's death was gonna stay ice cold forever, it's suddenly heating all the way up. So here's the tea. Before Biggie's mom, Valletta Wallace, passed on, she took matters into her own hands and hired a private investigator to dig deeper into her son's murder. And now, years after her passing, sources say her siblings just stumbled across her old diary and some boxes filled with evidence and notes from an unfinished book she was secretly writing. And y'all, that book reportedly links Diddy to Biggie's death. Yep, you heard that right. People who've seen the pages claim Valletta believed Diddy had Biggie taken out because Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records. While linking Diddy to Biggie's death might sound like a shocking twist to some folks, but if you've been keeping up with all the chaos since Cassie's lawsuit dropped, then you already know this man isn't just messy, he's downright dangerous. Let's not forget, this is the same Diddy who allegedly had Kid Cudie's car blown up just because he got a little too close to Cassie. And there was even that wild story about Diddy and his security squad allegedly rolling out with guns looking for Suge Knight just because they heard he was in the area. This man wasn't just reckless, he was cocky with it. According to Cassie, Diddy used to brag non-stop about how powerful he was and all the things he could make happen if he really wanted to. And here's where it gets even deeper. People who used to work at Bad Boy Records back when Biggie was still signed have been pointing fingers for years. One of the loudest voices, Gene Deal, Diddy's former bodyguard. He worked with Diddy up close and personal for years, has been saying for a long time that he believes Diddy had something to do with Biggie's death. Now, Gene never had the hard evidence to connect all the dots, plots. But with everything coming out now, let's just say the puzzle pieces are starting to look really suspicious. Gene revealed that Biggie wasn't exactly living his best life behind the scenes. He was pretty frustrated with his contract. His publishing signed over to Diddy, and when he first signed with Bad Boy, Biggie received a $25,000 advance, which felt like a substantial amount at the time, as he had never seen that kind of money before. But as Biggie matured and started learning the business side of music, he realized how much of his publishing Diddy controlled.
Big had to listen to Puff. You know, he had to listen to Puff because Puff owned his publishing and his marketing, and he wanted it back. He found out how important that was for artists and somebody in this business. So he had to listen to him. He had to, go against what he may have even thought was right or wrong.
That's when he started putting his rights under other people's names to protect himself. And here's where it gets real. Gene says Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy Records after getting an offer from another label, a deal worth around $62 million. It was a long-term contract with way better terms, and it guaranteed Biggie would make way more money than he ever did under Diddy.
It was. And Big was showing me a contract because I was saying to Big, Big was like, yo, Gene, I like you. I would take you with me, bruh. It had Charlie Baltimore, Cameron, Little C's, Little Kim, Junior Mafia, Tracy, Tracy Murray,
Tracy Lee,
and the Commission. And I think the contract was for so many years for like 62 million. It comes out to like $62 million. I was like, that's what I said. I was like, damn.
But as y'all can probably guess, Diddy wasn't about to let his top artists walk away that easily. And that's when things allegedly started getting dark. And y'all, it's not just Gene Deal sounding the alarm. Former president of Bad Boy Records, Kirk Burroughs, also hinted that Diddy may have set Biggie up to be killed. According to Kirk, Biggie originally didn't even want to go to LA. He wanted to head to London instead. But guess who convinced him to make that trip for the award show? Yup, Diddy.
I seen an interview that Puffy did with Fat Joe where he was talking about Biggie in his last moments in LA, and he told Fat Joe that he didn't want to go to LA. He actually wanted to go to London, but Biggie, he was the one that wanted to go to LA, and he was the one that was pushing to go to LA.
That's not true. My name is Kirk Burroughs. I ran Bad Boy Entertainment. I helped co-found it. I created the company with him. I raised from general manager to president. And at that time, I put all of those business plans together. And Biggie didn't want to go to LA, ended up going. What got him out there was a week ahead of time to ease him into the whole award show. He may not have wanted to go to London, but was talked into it. First time ever a rapper of your stature getting this treatment, that would be something he would be interested in doing. But he was easily talked out of it by Sean so that they can make an appearance at an event in LA that Saturday night, a part of the posturing.
Kirk claims that when Biggie was eventually shot, Diddy didn't provide him with proper security, and the whole situation fell off. He said it was almost like Biggie was left wide open, like someone wanted the ops to have a clear shot at him. The way Kirk tells it, it's given setup. Gene Deal reiterated Kirk Burroughs' account of everything that went down, and y'all, it just makes the whole situation even more suspicious. Gene confirmed that Biggie didn't want to go to LA, but according to him, Diddy was the one who pressured Biggie into making that trip.
About a year or two ago, went on air and he told the story about the night he went to the Notorious Big room. He told the story about the night he went to the Notorious Big room when Big was about to go to the Peterson Museum. He told Big not to go. He asked Big, what is he going there for anyway? And he said that Big told him that D-Rock and Puff set it up for him to go there.
Both Gene and Kurt claimed that Biggie was hesitant and felt uneasy about going, but Diddy insisted. So at this point, it's like everyone who was close to Bad Boy Records is saying the same thing. Diddy allegedly had a hand in the death of Biggie. Why? Because he knew Biggie was planning to leave Bad Boy, and Diddy couldn't handle losing the biggest star on his roster. And let's keep it real, it's no secret that Diddy ended up making more money off Biggie after his death than when he was alive. Biggie had an album ready to drop before he passed, and after his death, that album was released and went on to become a classic. Diddy's been cashing in on it ever since. So when you connect the dots, it's not hard to see why so many people believe Biggie's death wasn't just a tragic loss, it might have been calculated. What makes this whole situation sad is that Biggie's mom, Valeda Wallace, found out what Diddy did to her son and was on the verge of writing a tell-all book when she unfortunately passed. But findings of the investigation remain in her diary, which is believed to be in the possession of some of her siblings who are willing to trade it to any publishing companies that are willing to write a book about the life of Biggie, his death, and the role Diddy played in his death. Diddy getting exposed for having a hand in Biggie's death had fans talking, and they left comments saying, if you listen to Gene Deal's story on the last days of Biggie, you can definitely see how Diddy sacrificed Biggie and used his death to further promote Bad Boy into selling millions of records. Puff had to give Biggie to the West Coast or they would have come for him. There is no way Biggie or Puff wouldn't get touched after Pac passed. It had to happen. If not in LA, it would have happened elsewhere. Yay, Diddy did that. His hands have Biggie's blood on them. He had something to do with several of his artists' money coming up missing. He was robbing all of them. Just ask the Locks, they went after Puff and got their money from him. So, do you think Diddy had Biggie sacrificed? Or do you think there's more to this story than what is being reported? Let me know what you think in the comments. Then check out this next video